because otherwise I'll forget. So hi, everybody. I'm going to be talking to you today about the new setting powders. So first of all, I need a quick show of hands, or you can do the little Zoom hand. Tell me who's a little bit nervous about this transition. Yeah? Who's not nervous at all? Super excited. Okay. Who sells a lot of mineral powder now? Nobody? Oh my gosh, I sell so much mineral powder, you guys. So, fun story. When I first started in Mary Kay in 2010, I'd been a customer for a long time and I did not like our foundations. I felt like they were way too thick. And then I didn't like the tinted moisturizer because I thought it was too thin. So I only demoed mineral powder, which means that all my customers from then are still on mineral powder. They use it constantly. A lot of them mix it with their CC cream, or they use it as over top. A lot use it on their own. They were a little bit stressed about this. I was a little stressed about this because I do love my mineral powder, but I assured myself, unlike the Nourish Shine lip glosses that I just found an entire box of in my basement, like a full Mary Kay box. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I panicked that Fancy Nancy would be gone or something. And I bought a whole box, you guys, like, and then, so if you see me selling lots of those for my open house, that's why, because I apparently forgot I didn't even put them in my inventory, y'all. Like they were, I don't even know, they were just there. Sorry, Des, what were you saying? I can do the draw tonight, but I need to peace out at 5. Oh, perfect, because I am in a like frantic panic all the time anyway. So I have to do, my donation tree is due on Monday. And of course, I'm not in Christmas mode. I've been doing all my open house stuff. And yeah, so I'm in full craft mode, which is why my hands look like garbage. So if you're looking too closely and you see paint, that's why. All right. So I only sold mineral powder. I was a little bit stressed out about this mineral powder. I was a little bit worried that it wouldn't have great coverage, that it wouldn't be what I wanted. I knew that the reason the company transitioned, for one, is because we have to phase talc out of our products. Because of course there are like Health Canada claims and things like that, that inhaling in the talc. So that I'm not worried about the amount of dust I'm going to create with this mineral powder, because it's not going to hurt my lungs. I think you'd have to inhale a ton of mineral powder to even be concerned about it, truly, but you know how things are. So that's one of the reasons why it's transitioned out. The other thing is that setting powder is the new buzzword. It is the thing in all of the beauty blogs, everything. It's no longer, it used to be translucent powder was like the new thing. Now it's setting powder. It's like a big deal. And the reason why it's different than a pressed powder is that a pressed powder is designed to really control oil. It's going to give you that powdery finish. This does not. This is going to give you a silky smooth finish. It does not stick in pores. It does not stick in lines. You're going to be over the moon excited, seriously. It's pretty awesome. So the reason I have no foundation on at all right now is because I was really quickly just going to put some on just to show you just how much it does take away from my redness around my face. I'm just going to spotlight me for 2 seconds. Yay, I am filtered. Hang on. Oh, I don't know how to shut the filter thing off. Oh, well, whatever. You can see how red I am right now, right? So even though I'm filtered with the Zoom filter, you can still see that. I'm not trying to sell you this product, so I'm not worried about authenticity. I'm going to use light beige and a powder brush. The powder foundation brush is being taken out of stock. Crazy, right? Can you see that? That is a big difference already. So that's why I really love this, is because even though it doesn't feel as thick as mineral powder does, but there's an advantage to that, because a thicker mineral powder is going to feel thick and it's going to get cakey on your face if you are really over applying it. Now, it's no secret that I usually contour with mineral powder. I use mineral powder for everything. It is my secret face filter when Zoom is not on, because I don't really do all the weird Voldemort no nose face filter things. I do like my Zoom filter, but somebody put it on for me and I don't remember how to shut it off. So if I figure it out, I'll let you know. But I love that this is going to give you that. The other cool thing is that because it doesn't have any talc, it's not going to flash. So if you're in the makeup artist world if you put on any translucent powder or any mineral powder on a client and they're getting flash photography done, it's going to ghost. It's going to get way whiter looking in pictures than it is in real life. This doesn't ghost. It doesn't flash because there's no talc in it. There is some mica, and mica is just a mineral, but it is designed to reflect light. So that's why it's going to make you look a little bit younger just by wearing this, whether you're wearing it alone or with other products. Okay. Any questions so far? I'm just going to take my little, I have the cloth I was wiping the lids off with, but I'm going to wipe off the powder I just put on my nose so that it's full of fresh face. Any questions? No? All right. Please don't be concerned about shade matching. Oh, Lori's trying to tell me how to shut off the thingies. I go to the what? Go to the video button, click the top corner. Okay, hang on. Hold, please. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it. I'm gonna go into the, it's in the settings, right? Okay, here we go. In settings. Then go to video. And then, aha, the touch up my appearance thingy. There we go. Okay, good. All right. La la. There, zoom filter is off. Okay, who's concerned about shade matching? Nobody? Come on. Don't tell me you're not scared. I know you scared. I know you are. You're totally scared. It's okay. So the cool thing about this is that it's okay if you mess it up because it's so light that it's not going to look crazy if you get the wrong tint, okay? I'm just going to put on some light to medium CC cream really, really fast, you know, so that I have some sort of base because I want to show you with a base. I totally put too much on. I have this huge bruise. Can you see that? From my injections. So now it's a lovely shade of yellow. Super pretty. It hurts too. Every time I wake up on it, it's like, it's very owie. From my face injections. My Hellraiser full face injections that happen. Okay, so CC cream is on, la la. I'm gonna throw on some under eye corrector and some very light concealer because that's how I roll. Because that's important. I am going to show you how to bake with this powder and you're going to be so excited because it doesn't cake up. Who's tried it already? Like directors in the group, a few of you have, right? And so can you unmute yourselves real quick while I throw this on and tell people what you like about it? Wanda, I saw your hand. I know that you,
I love that it covers the redness. I have a lot of red in my skin and it just does a great job.
Agreed, agreed. Who else? Vanessa, have you gotten yours yet?
Yeah, I have very dry skin, so I love it because it doesn't make my skin feel even drier. So like I can put on a foundation and put this on and I don't feel like it's caked on kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
it doesn't
that's
feel
why
like
I don't use the mineral powder. Yeah.
Who else? Des, Lori,
yeah, I tried it today on a live video too. Like that's always a little nerve-wracking when you haven't really played, but I could see the undertones, so I wasn't 100% sure which one to wear. Right. But you're right, they really don't matter because I put light ivory here, it was fine. I put light to medium here, it was fine. I put the next one up over here again and it was still fine. So really within 3, I could have wore any of them.
Yeah, because it's not as concentrated as even the swatches look. Like even with the swatches, when I even tried to stripe my face with it, you could really tell. But otherwise, I think it'd be easier for your clients just to pick a color. Yeah. Anybody else? No? Speaking of undertones, here I made you something. Now, I am not an expert in any way, shape, or form. This is my interpretation. I am not a makeup artist. Can you see this? And I can get your directors to all get this, but my bangs are in my eyeballs. I need an appointment. So what I find is that light ivory's got more of a cool or peachy tone. Light to medium's very neutral. If in doubt, go with the light to medium for everything. Medium ivory's more warm. Deep ivory is cool. It's quite pink. It's replacing, like if I know they're not giving us the shade conversions for the old mineral powders, but I did have a lot of people on beige 0.5. I have a lot of indigenous clients and a lot of Filipino clients that wear that color. So because they're a darker tone, but then they have more pink in their undertone, they're not olive undertone, that one worked really well. So that's something for people who have the Caucasian persuasion that happen to be a little bit darker, but pink undertones. Light beige is a more neutral. Light to medium, again, I think it's a bit more cool actually than the light beige. Medium beige, I think is quite pink. So it's a bit pinker than the other ones. And then deep beige was more warm or neutral. And then same thing with the light bronzes. We've got a warm here and light bronze. Light to medium is more of a warmer neutral. Medium bronze is a cool neutral. And then deep bronze is a cool tone with the pink. Now, some of our bronze skin people might be worried that there's not going to be enough coverage with this. I promise you there is enough coverage, and it doesn't look dark enough in the swatch, but it really is. So yeah, when I put it on my hands, you can really tell it's the same color. The deep beige or the deep bronze is the same color as the mineral powder. Oh, help me, bronze 5. Is that the deepest one we had? Bronze 5. It's the same color as that. So if that's what you were wearing in mineral powder, that's your action. Now, I love the company charts, but do you guys all find that it's always a little darker than it should be? Like the cream to powder conversion, and if I did that, I would look like I was starring in Willy Wonka. Oompa loompa doo. It's not the right color for me, so I always find it goes a little shade darker. So just keep that in mind if you're using the company charts, because you know, yeah. Yeah, I'll send them out. Just send me a Facebook message if you want it, because otherwise I'll totally forget. And then I won't do it. Okay, so my CC cream's on, my under eye corrector's on. Of course, didn't, oh my gosh, okay. My bangs are in my eyeballs. Remind me to make a hair appointment. So I'm actually going to take I'm gonna do, oh gosh, I've lost it already. I'm gonna take the light beige again, and I'm gonna dust this all over. And again, we don't want to use the mineral powder brush because it's going to apply too much product, and then you're going to not get that silky overlay, right? So just don't talk, Carol, while you're doing it. So just over top. It doesn't make it cakey or anything else. It's just easy. And then I'm going to take very light ivory, the lightest ivory, and I do usually bake with very light or ivory 0.5 mineral powder, y'all. So it's light. Like really light. I do find though it looks great in Zoom calls and it's not so great in real life. What I love about this, I did this last night, it did not cake up like the other ones can. So it's usually great in camera and not great otherwise. And I am going to apply this a lot. And I'm going to use my my blending brush. So I'm just kind of putting it on. You could also just go with your finger and just tap it in place. So you want it to sit there on top. This is like a slight baking. I'm not full baking because I don't think anybody over 30 should be full baking because it usually does accentuate fine lines and wrinkles, but I didn't find that this did. So that's all I do is go like that, okay? And then I go down the center of my nose. I do a little bit on the upper lip and a little bit here. Can you see that? Yes? And then after I'm done doing it all, so I don't let it sit on there for like 10 minutes. So that's real baking. I just dust it off. So you can see already just with that. Now that is not called contouring, that's highlighting. So then all I'm doing is that. Now I should have done just one eye, but I don't know. I'm not on a filter, but can you see there's no like cakiness? Can you see that? Just as I, see, oh, I got it in my eyeball. So it doesn't give you that, like it's not sitting in any wrinkles. And it really does feel really, really silky. So that's the first thing. Then I'm going to contour. Now, the thing about contouring is I do want you to really look at the undertones and pick something that's about the same undertone as what you're using. So I'm using more of a neutral undertone. So I'm going to use the light bronze for my contour. Okay. And all you're doing with the contour is I always go right here first with the darkest of my color, like with the most on the brush. Don't start here, please. Whenever you start contouring, you're gonna put the heaviest hand right here. It's gonna have the most product. So just right there. You can totally see the grays coming in because, you know, old. All right, la, 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 la. So just that. Don't stress about it. Honestly, there's 1,000 different videos out there on how to do contouring. Don't freak out. Okay, it's fine. Put it where underneath your cheekbone. That's about it. Then I like to take the rest and go beside my nose, and I like to connect it like this. And I actually sing a little song. I go like this. I go, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so. And this I know for sure. Just to connect it there. Can you see how that makes my cheek the smiley? Yes. The other thing is as you age, please do not smile first and then apply it where the smile is, because when you're not smiling, it's down here. Okay, so just neutral face like that. All right. So same thing. And I don't have any new product on my brush. All I'm doing is taking it from here and I sing my little song and go back and forth. And then I don't put more product on usually because there's enough, and they go right here. If you put new product on and then you just start going underneath your jawline, it might look a little bit like you have a 5 o'clock shadow, which might be your deal. That's cool, but I don't like that. So, and this is daytime contour. Like, this is not nighttime craziness. I'm watching Yellowstone later. I don't need to be super contour. Don't tell me anything. I haven't watched it yet. I promised my friends I would wait. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that light ivory again, and I'm just gonna stick it right underneath that line for a second, just to, do you see how it made that pop? And then I'm gonna dust it all off. And of course I need some cheek color or I will look like a ghost. Same brush. I'm just, I'm gonna use some Rosy Nude and some Desert Rose. And I'm just going above the contour line, right here. Super quick. And I'll throw on the new Tinted Lip Balm. And I'm good. Fast, easy. That's what it said in my yearbook. All right, any questions? Come on. Somebody's gonna have a question. Who contours on a regular basis? Good. If you don't, get to it. It's not hard. And here, here's my big tip for you. If you're scared to contour, go to one of those weirdo apps that do the like really filtered face, like they look like somebody else's face is imposed on. Do you know what I mean? Like Face App has got like a Kim Kardashian Hollywood filter. So put it on the max one on your face. Get your eyes on and everything else, but just put that on. Where they put the contour is where you want your contour. Because the camera will figure it out. It's just going to figure out your lower areas and higher areas. That's it. That's my tip. Don't post those pictures and pretend they're your face, because then you'll never look at your face properly again. Because you'll always want to look like that and you never will. But they are very useful for that because they do show you exactly where it goes. And Alicia Plows gave me this tip. She said, if you want to really find out where your contour should go and you're scared and you're looking at your face too much in the picture, take the picture and reverse it, like rotate it. So it's going the other direction so that you can really tell. So when your chin's up here, you can really see where that contour is, where the darker area is. But all I do is I got these Russian cheekbones. I just highlight the cheekbones. If you wanted to look thinner, you would put more here all the way, and then you would really highlight your cheeks. That always makes me feel like I have some sort of weird sideburn. It looks great in pictures and not so great in real life. You know, like I did Morticia Addams, and I had to do, because of course she's thinner than me. And so then I used like full contour and I did the full lines to create those really big, deep hollows. And it's cool and it looked awesome in pictures, but you could tell I was wearing makeup there. So, I mean, whatever your jam is, if you want people to be like, wow, good contour, cool. If you want them to just be like, she's got great cheekbones, then ease up. It doesn't have to be that dark. So what I love about mineral powder, I mean, I'm not trying to bash the latte or the cocoa, but I just find that mineral powder goes on a little bit better. It's not quite so, because the latte and the cocoa are too concentrated. So that can mean that sometimes you get it too much in one spot and then it makes it muddy. So if you're a beginner, contour with a mineral powder. It's a lot easier. You can't mess it up. Now for our bronze skin beauties, you can still do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to mostly focus on the highlighting part of it. So you're going to pick 2 tones of your bronze. Your lighter tone is going to go here, right? And all over even. You could do all over with the lighter tone of the bronze, and then you could do under your cheekbones with the darker, and then go not to the ivory because it will ashy you right out. Okay, you want to go to a beige that is a little bit in the same undertone to go underneath your eyes and underneath the contour line. And you'll just have to play with it to figure it out. But that's the best way to, you know, kind of figure that for contouring when you're looking at bronze skin. You can still do it. It's the exact same thing. Okay, you don't have to go like, oh, well, there's nothing darker. If you're the like deep bronze, then keep the deep bronze. And then all you're doing is go maybe to the medium bronze, do it all over, do the deep bronze around the edges of your face, and then do a little bit of a lighter beige just to highlight underneath.
Which beige did you use for the contour?
I used bronze. I used light bronze.
Okay, thank you.
And by the way, I did swatch the latte to see what it matched the most with. And I feel like it matches the most with either deep beige or light bronze.
And what's the color you use all over for yourself?
I used light beige because it's a little bit more of an olive undertone. You could even see with the CC cream. CC cream's a little bit pink for me because my neck is way more neutral. So when I put CC cream on and I don't go like all the way down, it can be very orangey on me in the light to medium. So if you are more of that light to medium, that's what I mean about those charts, right? It just depends. When you're looking at light to medium CC cream, and like I've got 10 different people in my life that are light to medium CC cream, they don't have the same skin tone.
Right.
Right. So I mean, mess around with it. If you're in doubt, go with the Mary Kay chart and go a shade up, not down, just a shade lighter would be mine. Because mine is supposed to be deep beige. And let me tell you, I am not deep beige.
What's your foundation color?
Beige N150 and then N190 in the summer. Usually I have to mix them. So yeah, so then according to that, I would be the light to medium. I think it's the light to medium ivory that it would be according to the chart in that they had for us. Hang on, I'll find it. Let me see. I mean, of course, because I'm a director, I got them all and I just messed around with them all. But yeah, according to this, beige N150 would be light to medium beige or light beige, but beige N190 is medium or deep beige. And that's way too dark for me and too pink. So it just depends. You know, in that chart, like here, hang on, I'll show you really quick. In the chart, they've got, oh, whoops, wrong one, Carol, this one. They have, look here, I'll take it to this one here, the medium and deep beige. They have beige W180, N190, N200, and N210. Can all be with medium or deep beige. So it's, I mean, they're not super saturated, so don't panic. It's going on with a dusty brush. Like, it's not going to look terrible. Like Lori said, it's not, no one's going to notice. No one's going to know. They're going to know. They're not going to know. Because as long as you're within that same skin tone. And same with your customers. Go with their normal shade of foundation. When in doubt, go light to medium across the board. If I were a brand new beauty consultant and I were stocking up on this powder, because I would. And if you are doing in-person appointments, I highly recommend doing some swatches, because that's all I've been doing. Is people coming by, you can do it on your front porch if it's not too cold out, and just really quick, like I just put it on a Q-tip and give them a little swatch on their face to see which color and then did a powder brush all over. That was it. And, you know, it's a 10-minute appointment with a sale. And I made it a goal to see 100 faces with this because I want to make sure that I'm matching properly. But if I were a brand new beauty consultant, I didn't even have 100 people, then I would focus on stocking up on light to mediums across the board. Okay. And then just keep in that category for a little while. That's what I would do. And I would be upselling these to every single client, because whether your client wears makeup or no makeup, they can just dust this on. If they like foundation, they can add more coverage with this. If they like CC cream, they can add more coverage with this and mattify and create that lack of shine. And the other thing, before I let you go, before Des does the draw, the other thing I love about the setting powder is when you are putting on cheek color or contour on top of a luminous skin like a CC cream or a luminous foundation, it is very easy to get blotchy because it catches. You know, ever been doing it and you're like, uh-oh, that's a more moisturized part. The setting powder is going to help it so that it's going to be nice and smooth. Can you hear my dog's drinking water? That's what happens when a 120-pound dog, he's like, like he's never had water before in his whole life. So when you get this, I really want you to, I don't think it's going to work on camera because I tried to show you last night or them last night, but all I did was I did it on the back of my hand and you could really tell how it didn't sit in the wrinkles and how it sat on top and it like blurred imperfections. This is a dream for aging skin, like a dream, people. There are no pores. It is flawless. And I love me my mineral powder, but this is way better. And I think it's more pigmented. Lori Hogg agrees. It's got more pigment in it, so it's going to give you more coverage. Oh, and that's the other thing I was going to tell you. If you sell something to somebody and they think the color is okay, but they're not getting enough coverage, go up a shade. Because then you're going to get more pigment. So just go up a shade. Take it up the next level. That's it. And if you are of the Caucasian persuasion, I got to tell you, the light ivory is the best for under your eyes because it is peachy. So it's like our under eye corrector. And always remember to close your little lids, because the last story I will tell you is that, and I'm sure I've told you this before, but if you're new, you haven't heard it. One time I was in the parking lot and I was meeting my friend who is an RCMP officer for coffee. And I thought I should put on my powder before, my translucent powder, before I met with her. And I had the air conditioning on full blast and I didn't close the little clicky. So then I opened it and it was like, whoo, white powder everywhere, in my eyeballs, in my nose, all down my shirt. And that's when I hear a knock on the window. And she's like, really, Carol, right here in the parking lot? Like, I know you like energy, but yeah, it wasn't cocaine. It was just translucent powder. So always close the lids. I am not good at that. Oh, and the other thing, if you haven't seen these yet, these are not the silver lids like the mineral powders. They are black like the translucent, which I love because the mineral powder lids are never clean. They always look gross. It's not just me, right? I know I'm gross, but I'm a bit of a slob, but yeah. Anyway, any questions? Des is going to do the draw. No?
I was just showing my mineral powder lid.
Oh, I know, right? They get gross.
Okay, I will flip the camera around.
They're just never clean. Okay, I'm going to put you on spotlight.
What brush were you using, Carol?
I use the cheek brush and the powder brush.
Okay.
The all over powder. And I use the blending brush. I actually really like the blending sponge, but Willow ate mine. And I was going to grab a new one, but there's bits of black all over my bathroom because she just ate my blending sponge. But usually I layer on the powder with my blending sponge, and I didn't have time to run to my inventory and get another one. So yeah. So that's why I use the blending brush, but you could use anything. I love our cheek brush though, you guys. That is the best contour brush in the world. This one for contour, this one for cheek, and then you could use the very tip for highlighter if you wanted. Okay, Des, go ahead, click it. Marilyn!
Yay!
I can send you presents. I don't have a pen. So you got to send me an address or else I won't send you anything because I'll totally forget.
Okay, I will.
Okay. All right.
will.
And any
Thank
other, you're welcome. Any other questions or anything else? Sorry, Des, I'll take you off the spotlight. There you go.
I don't know. Do we know if it's transfer proof? Like I know it's not the old mineral powder foundation, but is it
Well,
transfer
let's
proof?
find out. It's pretty good. It's a little bit, but not a ton. Like it looks more on the camera because of the thing, but when I look at it in real life, it's not terrible. It's not like that picture where have you seen that one where they slam on the brakes and she smashes her head into the back of the car seat and it's like her whole face is there. But as far as like regular, hang on, there's regular non-rubbing. This was rubbing. So can you see that? As I'm trying not to flash you guys. That's my fingers that are showing through on my shirt.
I was
Okay,
gonna say, I think your fingers are showing.
that was rubbing, okay? And this was not rubbing, just pressing. And there's nothing there. So like normal transfer, I don't think there's normal transfer. It's pretty good. I don't know that it would be transfer proof or that we could say that, but I mean, I'm not worried about it being everywhere. And when it does get on your clothes, trust me, because I dumped a whole one on myself yesterday during the meeting, it does wash off or wipe off very easily. So there's that. Cool. All right, 6 o'clock on the dot. Look at us. Woo. Okay, love you guys. Have an awesome night. Happy
Thank
ordering.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.